felt that putting academic research behind a paywall was wrong, and that it limited the diffusion of knowledge. I remember after he was arrested, he got a call from MIT saying he could come back and get his backpack and his bicycle, which they had seized from the MIT police office. He asked if I would accompany him, which I did. Finally, a policeman came out and retrieved his bicycle and said to us, you know, the rest of this is in the hands of the Secret Service. And we looked at each other and realized at that point that this was much more serious than we had possibly imagined. They went to his apartment, went through all of his personal effects. After he surrendered voluntarily, they arrested him, they strip searched him, and they left him in solitary confinement for hours. And after he met his bond, they kept him in solitary confinement for 3 or 4 hours with absolutely no explanation.
That ultimately you believe was the cause of Aaron taking his life?
Without question.
When, you know, Aaron was charged with all of these charges, I mean, what was your initial reaction?
The reaction was one of just complete horror. I mean, it made no sense. Our reaction was to do everything that we could to get Aaron out of this mess.
11 of the 13 charges against your son were violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Is that law outdated?
Without question, the law is outdated.
That law was passed in 1984. I mean, what do you believe needs to be done to modernize that law?
Well, at the moment, that law makes it a felony for you to give your password to HBO to a friend. That has to be changed.
If you believe that there were problems with the criminal justice system, which obviously you've said, do you believe that if the criminal justice system hadn't failed Aaron, do you believe he'd be alive today?
Without question.
When you think about that, how does that make you feel?
Like one who's gone into the abyss.
What message do you have to the prosecutors, to the system? I mean, what is your message to them?
You know, look, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started in business by selling a box that allowed criminal fraud against the phone company. Bill Gates started in business at Harvard without paying for the computer time to write BASIC. These people are lionized. We need more Aaron Swartzes. We need those kinds of heroes that people will emulate, whose goals are altruistic, not purely financial.